We'll get started and I'll call on everybody in twos so the person on deck will be ready when the time comes. Let's go ahead and get started with first with Mark Weiser and then with Seth Emerson.
Jake, how's it going?
It's going well. How you doing?
Good. You want any sport in particular you want us to ask you about this time, or are you good just talking football?
Well, I'll say this, Tiger's back this week at the Zozo. I think he's going to take it this week. That's my pick, but I'm excited for that.
Hey, let me ask you something about you guys are going to be going on another road trip next week to Kentucky. What's it like now compared to previous season with COVID protocols? What changes have you noticed on the bus, the plane, the hotel?
Yeah, so changes-wise, I wouldn't say too much has really changed. It's really just really making sure we're wearing our masks everywhere we go. Social distancing, again, is a big key part to not having as many cases, making sure we're safe around where we are. At the hotel, I would say we do a few things. We try to take the stairs more. That way we kind of isolate it to where it's just our guys taking the stairs. A little bit less elevators because we don't want to come in contact with too many people. But again, social distancing and wearing our masks, that has been the key forefront thing that we're trying to accomplish, and something that I think we've done a really good job at.
What about the road locker rooms? I know they're pretty tight quarters usually. Has that been okay?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. They're a little more tight quartered, yes, but we're still doing a really good job of social distancing and again, making sure we're trying to stay as COVID safe as possible.
Thanks.
Jake, what would you say the mood, the demeanor around the team has been after absorbing first loss of the year?
I would say that the mood around the team has been overall pretty good. You come off of a loss in a big game like that. You probably would, people on the outside would probably expect, like guys are really down, really frustrated and upset. Well, sure, we definitely would have loved to win that game. And, we're a little bummed that we didn't win that game. The mood on the team is still good. We still have everything in front of us, and we're really looking forward to competing in the next couple of weeks. And, that game was in the past. So we're just focused on moving forward and seeing what our team can accomplish moving forward.
Okay, let's go to Jake Rowe and then Chip Towers.
Jake, when you look back at your freshman year and then at points during your sophomore year, what has gone into you consistently flipping the field and just being a more consistent player and a more impactful punter? What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of things that you could say that you could contribute that to. I personally would just say that, I'm not able to do anything out there on the field if it isn't for God, like my Lord and Savior. If it wasn't for him, number one, I wouldn't be able to be here. I wouldn't be out there on that field at all. So I'm giving all the glory to him. He's been, the rock throughout freshman, sophomore, and junior year, to be honest with you. And I give my accomplishments, I would say, just is all through him. And also, I just have great teammates and great coaches that I feel really help support me. And yeah.
Jake, what's the back to kind of the COVID thing? You guys have traveled. You're about to make another trip, but by all accounts, you guys are significantly doing better than a lot of other teams. I just wonder about the sensibilities therein. I mean, is it now like a competition like everything else is for you guys on this level? Like, hey guys, let's go the whole year with, 0 positives or what have you. And I'm not making light of something, but obviously you guys have excelled in this particular regard, it appears. And is that now a point of pride?
I don't know if I would say it's a point of pride. I think it's more of we're just trying to do the right thing. We're just trying to continue to make sure we socially distance and wear our mask. And, COVID is something that is out there, and it can catch you by surprise if you're you could be doing the right things all the time, and it could still somehow find its way to you. And I think that I wouldn't say it's like something that we're really competing with. I think we're just all trying to do our part together to ensure that we can do everything we can not to have it. And if it does come down to a point where, let's say someone gets it, but we're all doing the right thing, it's not like we're going to be mad at someone because of that happening. It's kind of the world that we live in today, where it is a possibility. But we are all definitely working as hard as we can and really, really focusing and trying to socially distance, wear our masks, and try not to be too much in public around too many just big populated areas. So.
All right, let's go to Anthony Dasher, followed by Jed May.
Hey, Jake, good to see you.
Good to see
Because you have obviously you're off to a pretty good start, punting this year. Do you ever allow yourself to go and look at national stats and kind of see where you're sitting with everybody? Or is that just something that doesn't even phase you, nothing you're really worried about?
To be honest, really not something that I'm worried about. I may be punting the ball good sometimes, but it's really just our team. We got great guys around us. We got a great punt unit. We have great coaches around us. And to be honest, those are the guys that really deserve credit, like everywhere, because without those guys, we couldn't be doing anything out there. So.
Jake, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but when you go back to your freshman year, portions of last year, some of the struggles you did have, were there ever times where you got down on yourself, you doubted yourself at all? And was there a conversation with, one of your parents? You mentioned God, maybe a pastor, maybe just, was there a conversation that sort of kept you from getting down on yourself in those times, I guess?
Right. Yeah. So, I definitely would say there's definitely been times earlier in my career where I probably may have gotten, a little frustrated here or there, thinking about, I think that I can compete better this, and I know I'm better than this. But again, really, I think it was one thing that I did every single night. I would just tell God I was thankful for just having the opportunity to be out there, having the opportunity to play football. And I knew that no matter what happened, it was all His plan for me. So that was something that I definitely, kept in mind, was that maybe I might not have the best game here. Maybe I might not have the best game there. But it's all God's plan for me. And just to trust in His plan for me and trust that, He will make my path straight. And I just felt good with that. And I feel like that's something that really has helped me throughout the past 3 years to, play college football.
All right, let's go to Austin Roper, followed by Connor Riley.
Hey, Jake. You mentioned earlier that you didn't really pay attention to the stats. I'll inform you. You're leading the nation right now in punting, averaging, I think it's 50.7 yards. Where's your confidence level at right now in terms of continuing to replicate your success this year? I mean, how confident are you that you can continue to do this week in and week out?
Confidence level, I feel like confidence level is good. I feel like, we've, as a team, we've done some really good things. And I feel like I'm confident with, myself and the rest of the guys that we have on our team. And I feel like moving forward, I think that we're going to be able to perform at a high standard. So I would say overall, confidence is good.
Hey, Jake, what's something that either you're doing different this season or you think that you're doing better this year to sort of have made the improvements that you have in your game?
Okay, something I've been doing better this year. Maybe something I'm changing up this year. Taking care of my body. Definitely making sure that I'm always feeling good for games. Making sure that I'm not over kicking in practice, doing the right amount of stuff in practice to set myself up to be ready on game day. I think that's something that I've really tried to take account with this year and really tried to focus on a little bit more. Other than that, just really trusting the process, trusting myself and the abilities that God gave me and all of that. So.
I'm afraid that's all the time we have for Jake. Jake, I appreciate your time. And Justin Schaefer will be up next.
Appreciate you. Thanks, guys.